Alright guys, welcome back to another video, and today we're here to do my top 25 multiplayer games on the Quest 2 and the Quest 3 to play with friends for 2023. Now keep in mind with this list, this is not necessarily the best games on the Quest, this is the best multiplayer games on the Quest. So these are all my favorites, and every time my friends come online onto the Quest, these are the 25 games that we're always gravitating towards. Of course this list is always ever evolving with games coming out all the time, but as it stands for 2023, these are my top 25. Let's get into the video.
Gaming tech, eating brekkie is the gaming tech. Going for a brekkie is the gaming tech. Gaming tech is the gaming tech. Gaming techie.
Alright guys, the first one coming in at number 25 is Trivia Crack VR. This is the trivia game that you guys all probably remember from our iPhones that we all used to play. It is fully realized in VR, but not just regular trivia, which is in here too, that you can play amongst the table with your friends with all the different categories that you would expect, but they even has specific trivia mini games that you play that can only be done in VR that kind of spice up the gameplay and stuff. I think they're doing a fantastic job, and I can't wait to see what updates they do next for this game, because it's super fun to play with your friends. The next one here coming in at number 24 is BAM. BAM is a mixed reality game where you're basically competing against your other friends, trying to be the last one standing here. The reason that this one is actually not higher on the list is because there's a really small selection of game modes. I think there's just one or two of them in the game. There is a good variety of maps though, but the game is relatively cheap, and it's definitely a unique experience to play in mixed reality with your friends, with everyone around, taking control of their character and trying to fight each other and be the last one standing, kind of like Super Smash Brothers kind of thing. Really, really fun and really unique. BAM at number 24. The next one in here coming in at number 23 is Power Wash Simulator VR. We've all been waiting for this super popular 2D game to come over from the PC platform over to VR, and they finally did it. And this is a really soothing experience to play with your friends where you're all going around basically power washing everything. It sounds like it would be a mundane task, but for one reason or another, it is so addicting and relaxing and stuff, especially when you want to go in there with your friends, socialize, talk to them and stuff like that. It's a perfect game for that, to be a social game to play with your friends. And it's just a really addicting game. If you have not heard of Power Wash Simulator before, definitely urge you guys to check it out. Coming in at number 23. The next one here coming in at number 22 is Bounce Shot. Bounce Shot is basically a game that you guys are definitely all familiar with. It is beer pong in VR, where you're basically just throwing your balls, trying to hit them in the cups on the other side. You can play 1v1 or 2v2. You can have 8 players in a lobby where you're all competing against each other and having a mini tournament. This game is fantastic. I'm surprised it's not more popular than what it is, because it is done super well. It's done by the same creators who have done 11 Table Tennis, and they did a fantastic job. The physics in this game are completely nailed. You can smack the balls out of midair if someone tries to bounce on you, and everything you would expect out of the game. They recently added mixed reality modes, and they added a couple of new game modes as well. Super fun game. Check it out. Bounce Shot coming in at number 22. The next one here coming in at number 21 is Just Hoops, and this game is what you would think of as arcade basketball, where you have the mini hoop in front of you and you're trying to get as many points as possible. When you play in multiplayer though, there's so much variety in the actual hoops that you're playing against, whether it be the theme, whether it be now the hoop is moving on you, now it's further apart, now you're doing a regular size hoop that you're shooting against, now you're doing all these different mini games that you're playing. Sometimes they're themed to Halloween and Christmas. There's so many different types of basketball hoops that you're playing against that it feels unique every time you play it, and the multiplayer incorporates that by doing a variety of different ones in a row and trying to see who wins and who gets the highest score amongst all of them. Super fun, super unique. No other game like this on the store. Just Hoops coming in at number 21. The next one here coming in at number 20 is NFL Pro Era 2. So this is a sequel to the original game that came out last year, and they definitely improved this game, in every way possible than compared to last year's version. And the multiplayer is as fun as ever, which is of course why it makes this list. You can play with up to 8 friends on a field, and you can people go in there, they play the different mini games that are in the game. You can play catch with each other and throw the football around, but people literally go in there and just create their own games, because obviously it's 8 people in there, voice chat with each other, and you can be whoever you want to be and kind of make up your own game modes and stuff, and people literally play full-on NFL matches by playing amongst each other. It's super fun, super social, and where else can you be in an NFL stadium and play head-to-head multiplayer if you want to, especially in the social 8-player hub that they have. They also do have head-to-head multiplayer for the first time this year in this game, as you guys are seeing here, where you compete against each other like you would expect on the field, which is also super fun. NFL Pro Era coming in at number 20. The next one here coming in at number 19 is Gravity League. And this game is a sports game that kind of takes place in zero gravity. And it's super fun to play 1v1 or 2v2. They have a bunch of different party modes as well that they added into the game as DLC. So you can get variety in it. But what's really cool about this game is just the unique gameplay in here. Basically, one person stands on the other, one person's on the other side. And you have these unique hands, as you can see here, that you're trying to bat the ball to the other side and get it past your opponent. So it's basically like a mixture of like hockey and soccer and stuff like that, where you're trying to keep the ball from going past you and you're hitting the ball against the side and trying to get it past your opponent any way possible to win them in the match. And it's super fun. And there's, like I said, a good variety of modes that are in the game, good variety of the hands that kind of hit the ball in different ways, and the power-ups that you can do in the game as well. Super fun. Another one that should be much more popular than what it is. It is super fun to play with friends, and especially with the party modes that they added. A lot of cool environments that you play in as well. There's variety swinging in this game in all facets. So Gravity League coming in at number 19. The next one here coming in at number 18 is Ghostbusters Rise of the Ghost Lord. I was looking forward to this game as soon as it was released, and I'm still playing this game every once in a while with my friends, because where else can you play a game where you actually take part of being a Ghostbuster and capturing these ghosts? And they just recently added a new game mode into the game as well. 2 new game modes, actually, to kind of add some variety. And I really hope that they keep adding more to this game. I know that they did say that there is another DLC coming at the end of this year still. But I hope that they add even more ghosts into the game to kind of give that variety, especially the last boss that everyone seems to fight all the time. Because the core gameplay here is fun. All we need is more variety, which is why it's not higher on this list. But at the end of the day, the graphics are fantastic. It's fun to play with your friends. And you're playing as Ghostbusters, capturing these ghosts cooperatively against each other, or competitively now with the new game mode. So it's still Ghostbusters, and as a huge Ghostbusters fan, it definitely makes my list, and it's still something we go back to. I just hope they add more to it. Ghostbusters coming in at 18. The next one here coming in at number 17 is Zenith: The Last City. So this is a game that you can think of if your friends are into like World of Warcraft and stuff, an open world RPG game. This is the game for them, where you can go in there with your friends and take on and do missions together, form guilds and stuff like that, take on all the different missions that you would expect in an open world game. And they have a lot of variety in the actual mini games that are in here. You can literally play chess in this game, you can cook, all of these different things. There's so much variety, and they've been adding to this game ever since it came out a couple of years ago. Zenith: The Last City coming in at number 17. The next one coming in at number 16 is going to be Horizon Worlds, specifically because of Super Rumble and some of the other games that they've recently been adding into Horizon Worlds, on top of all the other content that's in Horizon Worlds that's super fun to do with your friends. But Super Rumble is such a great competitive FPS game that's kind of different from all the other ones out there. The fact that it was built in Horizon World is still crazy. Basically, everyone has their own abilities and stuff, and the guns, and as you unlock them, and you kind of feel like a superhero using these weapons and stuff like that with your superpowers that you have. And like I said, this is just one of many games that is sitting in Horizon Worlds for all your friends to enjoy, that's completely free, and it's super fun. And they did a great job with Super Rumble. I can't wait to see what they do next with, now that they have this idea that they can incorporate assets into Horizon Worlds that they didn't have before, and seeing what they did with Super Rumble makes me excited to see what they do next in Horizon Worlds and what game that studio comes out with next from their internal studio. So Horizon Worlds coming in at number 16. The next one here coming in at number 15 is Smash Drum. Smash Drum is a game that obviously a lot of us are familiar with here. It is basically Rock Band in VR, where you're only using drums and stuff like that. It is super fun if you're fans of rhythm games, and the fact that it made it on this list obviously is for the multiplayer. You can literally play cooperatively, so you can go ahead as a band together and try to get the high score, or you can play against each other, and everybody can still choose their own exact level, and everyone still has fun, and you still get competitive and stuff like that. And now the fact that they have this new DLC that they've been releasing, where it's actually songs that we know, that's why it made this list and why we're playing it so much more, because we actually know the songs that they're coming out with. I can't wait to see what future packs they do next. Hopefully it's 2000s coming next, or in the 90s. We'll see how that goes. But Smash Drums, definitely a game that you guys should check out, coming in at number 15. The next one here coming in at number 14 is Drop Dead the Cabin. This is for all my Call of Duty Zombies fans out there, to play with your friends. If you want a zombie type experience where you play cooperatively with your friends and trying to survive the zombie horde coming at you and attacking you, boarding up the house and stuff like that, a la Call of Duty Zombies, this is the game for you. The graphics are superb, especially with the Quest 3 now that they updated it, and the multiplayer aspect of it is, of course, amazing to play with 3 of your other friends trying to survive and go around. There's a good amount of variety in the zombies and the house nostalgia you're taking into effect. It just added a mixed reality mode into the game as well. Super fun game if you're into, you know, Call of Duty Zombies and stuff like that in VR. This is the one for you. Check out Drop Dead the Cabin, coming in at number 14. The next one here, coming in at number 13, is Pavlov Shack, the game that finally made it into the MetaQuest store after being on App Lab for so long. This is a really popular game that's been around for a very long time. It's a really fast-paced shooter, kind of in the middle of like Counter-Strike and Call of Duty. That's kind of where I think it sits. It kind of has realism, but also fast-paced and stuff like that. So I think it kind of sits in the middle of those types of gameplay. Really fun, and there's so much variety in the game modes and stuff that they have in this game. More game modes that you can count on. And then count on the zombie mode that they have in here. Super fun, good community, a lot of fun if you haven't played this one already. Pavlov Shack coming in at number 13. The next one here coming in at number 12 is Racket Club, and this game hasn't even come out yet. It actually comes out here in December, but I've been playing it early, I'm going to be honest, and it definitely deserves to be on this list, and I feel like you guys are going to feel the same as soon as it comes out, because it is so addicting to play with other people, and you can play 1v1 or a free-for-all 4-player game or 2v2. It is so much fun to play. I wouldn't think that this game was going to be fun. I was curious about it because I was like, I'm not the hugest fan of tennis, but I like, you know, VR sports games and stuff. But this game is going to be another one of those addicting games, as long as the community is there, that I'm going to be playing all the time. Like the number one game on this list that you guys will see at the end. But it has all the things that I would want. The physics feel fantastic in the game. It's super fun and a really unique gameplay, because there's nothing like, there's no other game like this. And like I said, you guys will see for yourself when it comes out later in December. But it is super fun, and I definitely wanted to put it on this list because I'm already having that much fun with it, and I know it would have been on my list anyway. So Racket Club coming in at number 12. The next one here coming in at number 11 is Among Us VR. I don't think this game needs any introduction. We all know what Among Us is, and they brought it over to VR, and it's exactly what you would want out of Among Us in VR. Yes, there's a lot of screaming kids in this game, so you're going to have to be aware of that, but it is super fun, especially if you get in there with your friends and stuff like that, and you get a game going. I mean, Among Us is obviously all about deception and stuff like that, trying to find out who the imposter is among you. I love board games like this, and that I play board games like this all the time, like Spyfall and stuff. And this game is obviously that in VR, and you're doing little mini tasks that you have to do and trying to figure out who that person is. A lot of social, you know, talking and stuff like that to figure out who is who when you have those meetings. Super fun game if you haven't played it already. Among Us VR coming in at number 11. The next one here coming in at number 10 is Contractors. I'm a huge fan of, you know, Call of Duty and stuff. I have been for years, and this is that game brought into VR. This is usually my go-to shooter if I want a fast-paced shooter on the Oculus Quest, and this one is super fun, and I've been playing this for years because this game has been around for a really long time. The mods that the community has put into this game to kind of bring maps to life from other franchises that we know and love is just outstanding. The gunplay is awesome. The fast-paced nature of it, it's exactly what I would want out of a Call of Duty type shooter in VR. I think they did a fantastic job with this game, and it runs really well on the Quest, and it's super fun to play with friends. Has all the different game modes that you can play that you would expect, like deathmatch, team deathmatch, and all those kinds of stuff into this game. And I just love this game. I play this all the time with friends, and it's super fun. Contractors coming in at number 10. For my number 9 here, I'm going to cheat a little bit because I'm going to say the 4VR franchise, because I didn't want to take up the whole entire list with these guys because they have so many different games that I love, and they're kind of all in the sports genre, like this first one here being Cornhole and stuff, where you can play with your friends, and all the games kind of follow a similar format. You can listen to music with your friends, play some YouTube stuff while you're playing, customize the bags, customize everything, unlock things as you go, play with other players online or with your friends, and it's super fun. The Cornhole game that we're looking at here is fantastic. The physics are always spot on in these games, in my opinion, that they make. And there's other games, of course, that they've made as well. Like they made the bowling game, which I love because it has, you know, different alleys that you can play in that are really unique and stuff like that. Then you also have the different balls that have their own effects and stuff as you throw them down there. You know, it's all arcade style action, but it's super fun. And the bowling game is the first game that kind of introduced me to this company, and I think a lot of people, and they've been kind of going at it since then, you know, making different sports with the exact same format of these, and I think they've been knocking it out of the park, in my opinion, as far as what they're doing. They've also made a pool game in the exact same fashion where you can play, you know, 1v1 or 2v2 in pool, which is obviously really, really fun, along with those amazing environments that I was talking about before, and customizing, you know, your pool balls that all kind of do different things, and your pool sticks and all that kind of stuff. Really, really cool. They actually have a new game out in App Lab in beta right now called 4VR Suck It, which is a really fun game where you're basically trying to suck up all the items into the world, but there's other players that you're playing against with your friends online, and they're trying to stop you, and if they hit you and stuff, they can take those items away from you. Really unique game. I haven't seen anything else like this. I would definitely urge you guys to check it out right now. It's completely free on the App Lab store, and it's really unique. But guys, the 4VR franchise is awesome, so they all come in at number 9. The next one here coming in at number 8 is Golf Plus. Golf Plus has been around for a really long time, and it is everything you could want out of a golf game. It used to be called Top Golf, and they do have the Top Golf experience into this game where you're basically sitting on the top of that plank area and you're hitting balls, trying to, hit them at different targets and stuff. If you guys have been to Top Golf in real life, you know what I'm talking about. Well, that exact experience is in here in the giant social hub with up to 8 of your friends that you can go in there and play with, trying to see who could get the high score. They have a social hub where you can play other mini games around there as well with your friends. They have a full-on mini golf course where you can play mini golf, and now they have expanded a lot into the actual 18-hole full golf course ranges as well from different ones around the world. So much golf. If you're into golf, this is definitely the golf game for you, because they have true golf based on real life locations and stuff like that, and then they throw in the mini golf experiences that they have in the courses, and then they also have the the social hub there where you're playing the Top Golf experience. So it's kind of the total package in golf. So I would definitely urge you guys to check this one out, coming in at number 8, Golf Plus. The next one here coming in at number 7 is Breachers. Breachers is for all my fans who love more stealthy shooters like Rainbow Six and stuff like that, where you're infiltrating different areas and trying to, sneak around corners and kill your enemies. This is that game done in VR, and this game has been proven to be super popular. And with your friends, it doesn't get any better than this, where you're all communicating with each other, infiltrating a building, telling you, what room you're in, and you're trying to defuse the bomb and figure out where people are around the corner. You're talking to your teammates. I mean, this is exactly how you want to play a game with friends. This is all about competitiveness, communication with your friends, and it's super fun in VR. Breachers coming in at number 7. The next one here coming in at number 6 doesn't need any introduction either. This is Beat Saber. I know that people are tired of hearing about Beat Saber, but it's still a game that I play all the time, especially in multiplayer with my friends, because you can play with up to 8 people communicating and stuff like that, playing these songs, trying to get the high score. And with the fact that they're always adding new songs and new DLC packs and stuff, obviously there's always something new to come back to. And let's not even talk about the modding scene that this game has, if you guys know about that. So this is super fun to play online with others, and that is Beat Saber coming in at number 6. The next one here coming in at number 5 is PopulationOne, one of the most popular games on the Quest platform, especially when it went free to play. This is your battle royale type game in VR, and they've been adding to this game like crazy ever since it launched. I mean, now there's not just a regular battle royale mode where you were playing 3 on a team, which was awesome to play multiplayer with your friends, but now there is a bunch of different game modes, because now they've opened it up so people can create their own game modes and stuff like that and customize things. So there's an infinite amount of replayability in this game. But even just the core gameplay itself, playing with your friends battle royale style or trying to be the last team standing, is super fun. And like I said, it is the only battle royale game that I think people play right now and on the Quest, and it's super fun and super well done, and always getting new stuff to do. So PopulationOne coming in at number 5. The next one here coming in at number 4 is Dungeons of Eternity. This is a game that has been proven to be really popular that came out this year. This is a dungeon crawl game where you and 3 of your other friends are going through procedurally generated dungeons and trying to collect loot and kill all the monsters and stuff. And since the levels are procedurally generated, there's always new stuff to do or new stuff to see. You don't know exactly where the enemies are going to come from or where they are and the types that are going to come at you. And it is a super fun game. If you guys have not tried this game out, it looks fantastic on the Quest 3 as well. But this is a really fun game to play cooperatively if you're into dungeon crawls and collecting loot and stuff like that. And they just put out a roadmap to the content that's coming in the next year for this game, and it's all super exciting stuff. New dungeons, new levels, new monsters, new game modes. Super fun stuff to get excited about. Dungeons of Eternity coming in at number 4. The next one here coming in at number 3 is Deo Battles. Deo Battles just came out, but it is my favorite way of playing Deo. I love the original Deo, but it did take a very long time to play, and you had to coordinate with your friends a lot to obviously play it if you wanted to get through a full campaign. Deo Battles is the exact opposite. You can finish a game with your friends in 15-10 minutes if you wanted to, and you can play another one and another one, and it gets the Deo idea that you want and the Deo fix that you want in that short of a time frame, using all the different characters that you know from Demeo, using the card battling system, being on the game board that you're playing against. All the stuff that you remember from the original, if you've played it, will be in this game, but this is now playing it against your opponent PvP style, and it is super fun, super chaotic, and it's really fun. I've been having a blast with this one. I love Demeo, and this makes me like Demeo even more because I can play more of it in a shorter fashion, and playing PvP instead of co-op like the original game was really is a ton of fun that I didn't expect until I got this game. So Deo Battles coming in at number 3. The next one here coming in at number 2 is Walkabout Mini Golf. Walkabout is a game that I have been playing since the very start, and they keep coming out with new courses and improving every time a new course gets released. This is the top tier mini golf experience that you could have in VR. The creativity that they have with all the levels and courses that they come out with is outstanding, and there's always something new to look forward to, and always something new that they're coming out with. They come out with courses what seems to be like every month and a half or so, and I'm always looking forward to them. You can play with up to 8 of your friends online, playing mini golf and stuff like that, and it's a great social game for that. Walkabout Mini Golf is one of those games that if you love mini golf, you need to play. If you love going to those courses, one of the things that I love about going to mini golf courses is the fact that you get to go into all these environments and see inside buildings and all these structures and stuff. It makes you feel like you're in it, and that's exactly what Walkabout Mini Golf does with their courses. It's so fantastic. They've even done stuff based on real life properties of movies and stuff, and games that we know that make you feel a part of that world. So Walkabout Mini Golf coming in at number 2. And the number 1 game that I love to play with friends on the Quest definitely has to be 11 table tennis. I know if you guys follow this channel, you guys see this game come up on the list so many times because I just have that much fun with it. And I think it's such a great game. The physics in this game are spot on. I got rid of, this is the first game I played in VR. I've told the story before, if you guys are followers, that this is the game that kind of made me get into VR. This is the first one that I got and I played. It had a real life ping pong table that I love playing ping pong, and I actually got rid of my real table and started playing this because I figured, hey, now I can play multiplayer with anybody in the world anytime I want, and I don't have to rely on people coming over my house anymore, and it doesn't take up a gigantic amount of room. And I never regretted that decision 5 years ago when I got rid of that ping pong table, however long it's been. And the game is super fun. I literally always play a match or two as soon as I turn my Quest on, even if I'm going to play another game. So that is 11 table tennis coming in as my number 1. So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this top 25 Quest 3 and 2 multiplayer games. I hope it gives you a lot of games to play with your friends over the holiday season when you guys open up your new Quest 2s and Quest 3s on Christmas. And I hope you guys enjoyed this list. If you guys have your favorites that I didn't mention, make sure you mention those down below. Otherwise, thank you guys for watching. Until next time.